everyone, to this week's episode of Booking the Territory, the unprofessional wrestling podcast, where today we're talking NWA Saturday Night on TBS from June the 17th, 1989. The middle of June is here. We just got past our recent Clash of the Champions, which was a really, really good episode. So become a patron so you can get that. But for now, I am sitting here with Doc, and of course, Hardbody Harper's late. But the best part about that is he was the one who wanted to start early. Doc, how are you, man, as we wait on the superstar?
Man, you're a prick.
Okay.
Are you sure? Do you want to know specifically why?
You're just starting stuff as usual, but whatever.
No, I'm going to tell the people. First of all, I'm doing great. The superstar's late, so the stars are in the sky. And water is still wet. Now, I'm going to tell the people on you. So we've been talking for a while now about how, online school is just the devil, man. It's killing us, right? But when you have people in your household that have some conditions, we're all just trying to get through the day so we can be a blessing, right? So today, I'm working, and I got Latrell sitting next to me, and he's asking me questions about work. And he's like, and it's never a bad idea to show your kid that work's not a bad thing. And, here, hey, look, let me show you something, and it's kind of like something you know about. All right. And I showed him something that we do that's kind of like something he's studying in school. And he was like, oh, wow, that's cool. And I'm like, hey, look, I can text Mike. Bro, let me tell y'all something out there. Mike treats everybody at the shoot job like they're Tommy fucking Rich. So I'm like, hey, Mike, first of all, I said, woo, 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 you know it, because my kid likes Zack Ryder. Then I say, got Latrell sitting here. He wants to know who your favorite wrestler is. And I get back, I don't know. Menace, great with the kids, for the people. It's like this all day long, people. And you got to know, he's thinking about y'all the same way he's thinking about my kid. And that's why Harper's late and I'm always angry. It's because we're having to deal with this motherfucker. You think of this shit. Y'all send him in something, y'all don't get a reply.
That's not true.
You don't give a shit.
First off, you love to DM me or instant message me when I'm in the middle of something. And the way my job works, I'm focused on what I do, and you always want to chit chat. So like I'm in the middle of something and I'm trying not to be rude and saying, no, I don't feel like talking to you right now because I'm in the middle of something. So I'm being as cordial as can be through instant message. And I just said, I don't have one. What do you want from me? Maybe you shouldn't let your kid on your IM at the shoot job.
I didn't. I typed it in for him. Otherwise,
well, maybe he shouldn't be sitting right there.
It would have taken him 3 years to type that in. We'd still be waiting on him to get done. Now, look, everybody knows out there that's working from home that we need to be reaching out in the virtual environment and keeping tabs with each other and building community. And then there's you, the curmudgeon. You're just a stone cold prick. I'm glad Tommy Rich just bitch slapped you and then did it again on when he cut that promo on you.
Well, he didn't do that, but anyway.
He's on his way to Texas, I heard.
That was almost a month ago and he still hadn't made it here. So what does that tell you?
Well, it's a long walk.
I gotta give Armando Martinez credit. Him and a bunch of people tweeted to Luke, telling him to book that match at Wildcat X-Rated. And Luke replied to one of them. He replied to was Armando, and he said, "Man, I'll just be happy when we can run another show."
No shit. And here's the thing, man. I'm sure you want to kick me in the chin here, but I love having football back, even if it's terrible.
How about them Cowboys?
Shut up.
How about them Cowboys?
Look, I've told you. This pandemic has taught me to be appreciative of football, even if it's terrible football. Because
That ain't what his text
it's better than
messages
nothing.
say.
But I tell you what, I ain't gonna do is go sit in a stadium with a whole bunch of germs. And I don't know how you do live wrestling, man. A bunch of
some
fucking
people are
drunk
doing
people just yelling incessantly and spreading their viral load all over the place. No thanks.
Son of a bitch!
That's what I would say. You got some jackass behind you that's just spraying the whole section with just nachos and Rona.
Thoughts and prayers, dog.
Since he's
Thoughts
not
and
here,
prayers, dog. Good to have you on the show, Harper. So here's
still
the thing.
not here. All right.
You always told me that you thought you could retire on $1 million.
No doubt in my mind.
Okay. Would you
cheap as I
go
live? Yes.
a Cowboy game in person for $1 million?
Oh, yes, I would. That's no question. I mean, I go to the grocery store, which I think is, having worked in a grocery store, is one of the dirtiest and nastiest places on the planet. So, yeah, I mean, I do that on a weekly basis. So, one Cowboy game, I would have as...
No, you got to go.
You know, the spacesuit I would have.
You got to go in a Speedo and no mask.
No, I'm going to wear a mask, but I would go for $1 million. Come on, man. I mean, I'm not dumb. Jesus, $1 million? Hell, I'd do it for 50 grand. What are you talking about?
Would you let would you let, for $1 million, would you let one random stranger cough in your face?
No, I don't know about that one.
Okay.
I don't know about, come on, that's not only just, not just for virus purposes, but that's just gross all the way around.
Right, but it's $1 million, dude.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You're retired at that point. We'll put all the names, all the seat numbers and sections in Dutch's ball cap, and we'll draw one out. And whoever that is will just come down and cough in your mouth.
No. Oh man, I would have to work it like Dutch, where I knew the name that was going to get picked and they were been tested. I would have to do the wrestling way. But anyway, all right, here real quick before we get into some other things. Shout out to our largest page contributors monthly: Disrespectfully Classy, Marky Blassie, Kyle Riley, Mike Childers, Joe Ice. Thank you for your patronage each and every month. And then while we're waiting on Harper, let me mention a couple of either bump ups or new patrons. First off, I want to thank Jesse, new Patreon member. Thanks for joining our Patreon, Jesse. Jesse says he grew up on Mid-South and he enjoys our old school classic wrestling talk. So thanks, Jesse. Enjoy the 200 plus episodes of filth, classic wrestling, and stuff in between on our Patreon feed. New Patreon member Murtag, he signed up recently, so thank you. Enjoy those shows as well. And lastly, longtime Patreon member Ryan Damon. Ryan, glad to see you bump up your tier. You've supported us for a long time. Enjoy all the extra stuff you're going to get by bumping up as well. And if you're not a patron and want access to the Clash of the Champions that Doc and I did last week, you got to go to tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. That's tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT.
How good was I on that clash? I was pretty hot, man. We were early in the morning, and I was just feeling it, man.
Well, not to toot our own horn, but toot. I think we were exceptional on the recent clash, and Harper is on, so let me get him on now. I
15
think we
minutes
were great
late,
in
huh?
that last clash. Yeah, remember the ground rule I said? No talking about replays that they're going to show from the clash. Remember that, okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just wanted to tell you that. And there he is, Mr. Superstar. Thanks for joining us
Hey.
right at the bottom of the hour like you promised.
I had to go to FedEx
For what?
unexpectedly. I had to drop something off.
Uh-oh. Was it a urine sample?
It was a mail-in ballot.
Uh-oh.
No.
They're not going to count those.
Oh, fuck.
All right. So, Doc.
I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna get in trouble tomorrow. I'm gonna get why do you got to talk about politics? I'm like, well, Harper brought it up. Are you yelling at his punk ass?
Yeah.
I was clipping something for the YouTube channel this week, and it was the training video for the Midnight Express on the scaffold. Remember that? I mean, this is 2 years ago now. 2.5.
When they threw the pumpkin off the roof?
It was that.
Uh-oh.
It was that was an episode before that, but there was this was the episode where the Midnight and Cornette and Big Bubba were training for the scaffold match. So they were in an empty arena. I remember they were climbing on the scaffold.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
And Bobby Eaton's hilarious. I posted it on YouTube. Bobby
Why don't you
Eaton
go
is
up there? He's like, I'm not going
hilarious.
up there.
Yeah. Bobby's crying the whole time. Jimmy, I ain't doing that. Jimmy, I ain't. It's the most you hear Bobby talk anytime. So, where the hell was I going with that? I don't remember now. Shit.
Jesus Christ.
Well, what the fuck, Michael?
Oh, that's where I was going. So, Harper on that episode kept talking about bump stocks and AR-15s. and he wouldn't shut up. And literally, so that he was hoping I wouldn't be able to edit it out. He just kept going bump stock, bump stock, bump stock, bump stock, bump stock, like a 6-year-old, like a 6-year-old, and it made me think to myself,
Son of a bitch!
The best way to have gun control is to just have a pandemic because there's not anybody out to shoot.
Okay, here we go. Let's
go.
Harper, how are you? Hanging in there or what? What's going on?
Yeah. No fucking
Uh-oh.
run around.
He sounds down, Doc.
I know. What's up, man? What's wrong?
Nothing.
No.
What?
Is it your girl?
No.
Oh. Is it work?
No.
Is it not having wrestling shows?
Oh. I miss doing commentary.
Depressed Harper.
Oh
man.
Doc. We should. I don't know. Maybe we should run shows in Texas where they give zero fucks.
Texas. It's just open up. Hey,
come on
Doc,
down.
We need to get this show rolling. Harper's got Dodgers to watch in like an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's true. They won game 1, bro.
Yeah, I think this is the year, my friend.
I think it is too.
I think this is the year too.
It just sucks that they're gonna say, "Oh, well, that's the pandemic year." It's like when because I remember when the Spurs like won their first one, it was a strike year.
Yep.
And they were like, "Oh, well, that was a strike year, so it was only like half the season." Yeah, fuck you, bro.
That's a bunch of bullshit. If they play it, it counts.
Right.
Because everybody was playing under the same rules, so it's I agree. It's not like one team got to play less games than the other in the regular season. It's the same rules. Everybody's playing under the same banner. So
but college football is like that this year.
That's a shit show because
dude, I was watching
conferences.
One of them. It was Houston was playing somebody, and it was like they were like 1-0, and the team they're playing was like 4-2. I was like, what the fuck? How they won it? It was the pandemic. They didn't play no fucking games.
Well, I don't know how they're going to do the playoffs because the Big Ten's just starting, and then the Pac-12 is going to start, and they all have these shortened seasons. And I mean, I can already hear. Look, you guys know I'm an SEC guy. Harper is too. I can already hear some SEC team that had a 10-game schedule that has a loss, but some Pac-12 school that didn't play 10 games. Doesn't have any losses, bitching and complaining. You want to see the Booker man jump into some action to see if they can push the SEC into this thing. Watch what happens when it comes to the college football playoffs this year. Holy, it's gonna be a. Oh, just wait, mark my words. Okay, Doc, Harper's got some baseball to watch tonight, so we got to get into this. What shout outs do you have?
I have one 5-star review coming from the Pussy Wisp, the Vagina Wisp. Says, I was done by the time Harper said the hurricane was 2 out of 3 falls in Lake Charles. That's real classy, Harper.
That's when they stopped listening?
No, it was a 5-star review. They meaning done as they were just dying laughing, I assume.
So is hurricane season over down there?
Yeah, I think it's over, right, Mike?
No, doesn't
gotta
it?
be.
No, it ends. It ends like the end of October, which I know we're
God
almost
damn.
there.
So Harper, your girl's a bartender, right?
Yeah.
Are the bars full again?
I don't know.
Don't talk about. Too busy.
I mean, they've been doing this deal where if you're open, you have to close by 11. And they've been just kind of giving these bars warnings, but I think they're kind of starting to enforce it now.
Now that, hospitals.
Are we rolling?
Yeah,
yeah.
We're
Okay,
yeah.
all right. I was about to say something. I was like, all right, never mind.
Uh-oh.
By the way, hurricane season runs through November 30th. I was wrong.
All right.
November 30th?
That's what it says. I'm looking at it
Fuck.
online.
That's almost fucking December.
Yeah, I mean, you generally don't have many that late in the year, but technically it can run that late.
Okay. I don't know, bro. I'm just waiting till after Halloween when a Halloween fucking cereal fucking ends up at Big Lot for like $1, like the fucking Frankenberry and the fucking Boo Berry and the Count Chocula. That's all I'm fucking waiting for.
Oh man, some of us are out here trying to hold on to our jobs and educate children in an online setting and make sure that our relatives don't die. And Harper's worried about the fucking General Mills collection down at the fucking Big Lots.
I ain't paying $4 for that shit. Fuck you. I'm like an alligator. I'm just gonna sit there and wait. Sit there and wait till you get too close to that water, motherfucker. I ain't chasing after you.
Jesus Christ. Every week I think maybe we've tapped this well dry. Maybe it's time that we move on and do something else. And
yeah, because people's always like, oh, well, the day after Valentine's Day, fuck that shit. Day after Halloween for the fucking Halloween cereal.
All right.
And then they got the Captain Crunch Halloween one where it with the little ghosts and the milk turns green.
What? You're on a show with a couple of adults. We're not sure what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I mean, y'all got kids, right? That eat cereal.
Mike?
Yeah, but not whatever you're talking. I mean, like my kids will eat Cheerios, Honey Nut Cheerios, Frosted Flakes.
Harper, what he's trying to say is that what you're doing is white people shit.
Oh yeah, I got a box of LSU cereal. I saw at fucking Rouse's. Oh yeah, I told y'all that, huh? No, it was Championship Crunch. It's like fake Frosted Flakes. And someone's like, "What are they called? Coach O's?" I'm like, "No, not called Coach O's."
You're right, Doc. We have not tapped this well yet.
No.
Harper just got the goodies.
Sometime,
do we need to record a wrestling show tonight?
I don't know. How many podcasts do you listen to and you're like, man, you can tell they're out of ideas?
Dude, like when it comes to cereal, I'm like Jerry Seinfeld when he used to have a whole bunch of different cereals. Like that's all he ate on Seinfeld. That's how I am.
We know from the Top Cereals Patreon episode. He listed 100. It was a top 5 show.
I know. I was like,
right.
well, I like Wheaties. Does that count?
Yeah.
God, that's some white people stuff.
Man,
I got a box of Wheaties downstairs.
You got to get your fiber in, dog.
Fuck, I remember when fucking Wheaties came with the NFL cards, and it was like the real NFL cards, like Tops or whatever. And I got Joe Montana. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Joe Montana when I was a kid, bro.
Oh, fuck, I was.
Well, he did steal a Super Bowl trip from me. So y'all didn't have to worry about shit. Like, y'all just got pounded twice a year by him.
I mean, fuck, he stole a lot of Super Bowls from people. I mean,
he sure did.
But I'm not worried about those people.
Well, you know what?
Bears.
You don't need to worry about no Super Bowls this year either, Doc.
Oh my God!
We're gonna get a home playoff game, is what you told me.
Harper, thoughts? Cowboys?
Watched it. What they played Monday night, didn't they?
Yes.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Not really.
That was horrible, man. Fuck, what's his name? Kept fumbling like an asshole with his fucking nose ring.
How many bitches do you think he punched after the game?
That's nice.
It's a shame.
I'm telling you.
He fumbled more than he punched.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All I know is.
And here's the thing, guys. I was going to say Cowboys 16-0 in Super Bowl, but Mike said I couldn't do it. So then I went with they'll go 8-8. Bullshit, pal. We're going 16-0 Super Bowl. Suck it.
Another year comes and another year goes where Doc is completely wrong. We do need to talk some wrestling, though. Should we get into it so Harper can watch his baseball tonight? I thought we just need
to talk about our feelings so Harper would miss this World Series. Hey, we're coming off the Clash, Harper. Did you watch it? Even though you weren't with us, did you watch it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not watching the one for the Pontiac Silverdome.
No. This was a good one. It was a full house.
Oh, was it?
Yes,
where was it? In someone's broom closet?
No. It was
this was the Guts and Glory, the fucking Armory one.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, let me ask a question, Harper. Did you watch this week's episode?
Yeah, I saw it.
Didn't sound too confident there.
It did.
But we'll go with it. All right. Well, again, we're talking June 17th, 1989, NWA Saturday Night on TBS. And as Doc said, we're coming off the Clash of the Champions that we just did, Guts and Glory, which was great. And yes, A&W is a title sponsor of this fine program, and I believe it fits. I do love some A&W root beer. I also love Barks.
When's the last time you saw a commercial for A&W? What the fuck does that stand for?
Ass and weed.
Oh, you see? Just had to go there.
What does it stand for? Someone will look it up and tell us. When you do that, send that to @CJHWhodat or DM Harper on Twitter or Facebook. And hold on, I forgot to talk about something. Let me tell you something.
What did I do?
Yeah, both of y'all. Hold on, shut up, and I'm talking. You both put your foot in your mouths over the last few episodes. Doc, you said something about talking to the listeners about Van Halen.
Well, A&W stands for the two guys who founded it. Their last names were Allen and Wright.
Well, there you go.
So, Doc, let me get back to this because I got a bone to pick with both of y'all. Doc, you said something about talking to the listeners about Van Halen. Let me remind you that you don't have social media.
Wait to feel your love tonight.
You don't have social media, so you have no way for all these fine people to get in touch with you. So, to the 50 to 60 people who are DMing and emailing me to contact you about talking about Van Halen, I did not pass the message on.
Let's start a Van Halen podcast.
And then Harper said, yeah, brah, we supposed to do the Van Halen Weekend Patreon show.
That's right. We are.
To which the other half of those 50 to 60 people are emailing and DMing me about to say, hey, when's it going to happen? So I'm pinning you two idiots down right now. When are we recording that? And I'm sorry if I didn't respond to any of your emails, DMs, or tweets or whatever. Doc puts his foot in his mouth. He doesn't have social media. So when you send me something and say, hey, tell Doc, Mike, it's not that Mike don't want to tell Doc. Mike just ain't going to remember.
Y'all want to do it on a Monday night? No? Okay. Well,
I'm going to have to ask Doc. Doc's got soccer and stuff, so I don't.
Hey, here's the thing.
Y'all still coaching?
Yeah, that doesn't go away. Oh. Except for, Mike turned into a deadbeat dad when he just decided to stop. But some of us keep going.
My kids are have aged out.
Y'all, I'm ready to start a Van Halen podcast. So if you're interested in being my co-host, let Mike know.
You will not get a response, believe me.
Wait.
When When is this happening? As we watching this stupidity with the dynamic dudes versus Snake Brown and someone else.
Snake Brown and the Raider.
It's the Raider. That was a terrible drop kick by Johnny Ace, by the way.
Yeah, well, that's why he held the flag.
So, Doc, what other night is there? What other night is there?
Well, there's a Tuesday, and then after that comes Wednesday, and then after that's Thursday.
So you need to say what day works best for you, because I'm...
Oh, none of them.
Okay. We'll figure this out after the show. We got a show to cover here. All right, so we're not at center stage real quick. We're at the Richmond County Civic Center in Augusta, Georgia. JR runs down a few things we will see this week and almost immediately sends us to the ring. And during the match, JR announces that Nikita Koloff's wife, Mandy Koloff, passed away this week, so R.I.P. Mandy. The New Zealand militia are out at ringside in the middle of this match with, look, there's even a card. Send flowers to Nikita Koloff's Fortress of Fitness. That was his fitness center that he had. But anyway, we've got the dynamic dudes out there.
Should be at 3822 Chateauata Lane.
The dynamic dudes defeat Snake Brown and from parts unknown, the Raider, in a nothing happening match. Again, the New Zealand militia are out there stomping around. They're literally doing the Bushwhackers thing. No
shit, huh?
Look how they're walking when they walk by the hard camera. You see them?
Mm-hmm. It's like a dollar store fucking Bushwhacker.
Dude, this is bad, but...
That is the indie turd, like, Mississippi wrestling version of the Bushwhackers.
I got nothing else from it besides that. The dudes win. Doc, what do you have?
The crowd didn't exactly love the dudes, but they didn't exactly hate them here either.
I'm so over the dudes, and
it's terrible. Don't get me wrong.
And we've got months of it to come.
You think Johnny Ace is like, hey, man, I used to wave y'all's flag around. Why do you hate me?
No, I don't think anybody gives a shit about any of this enough to have any thoughts.
That's my thought.
I just want, like, one of the dudes to rip off their first pair of shorts and just rip too hard and then just be hanging brain out in the arena. What a stupid concept. We're going to get over with the kids with skateboards, but then I'm going to rip off my pants. Right.
Yum.
None of this is working for me. That's all I got to say.
Man, did you hear JR when it was they were talking about Koloff's wife? JR literally threw out the thoughts and prayers.
Yes.
He said the T's and P's. But that meant something back then.
Right, exactly.
Now it's bullshit. But back
now
then,
it's just fucking internet shit.
Yeah, but back then that was heartfelt.
You're so wrong.
What?
That's so dirty.
What?
He's so dirty. Back then it meant something. Now it's just bullcrap that they throw out on the internet.
It is.
It's bullshit. Every time a celebrity dies, I get a text from Mike going, boy, the thoughts and prayers are flowing on social media. Sounds riveting. Where do I sign up to get an account to this social media?
Don't pin this on me. I just call things like I see it. I'm very neutral when it comes to social media
strikes
stuff.
From you, right, guy?
Man, I call it like I see it. If something's BS, I don't care. I'm going to try to be careful. I don't care if I love you to death. I call it right down the middle. Right down the middle. And that's what I love about Harper. Harper and I have a lot of off-the-show discussions about what's going on in this world. And we both call it right down the middle. When we see BS, no matter where it's coming from, if it's somebody we like, we'll call it right down the middle. And bruh, in 2020, it actually started long before 2020. When the celebrity passes, boy, they will queue up those thumbs for the thoughts and prayers in a heartbeat.
Bro, they act like they fucking knew him. Like
I
it's their
didn't
mama
know-
dying.
Look, we didn't have some rough ones this year. We lost Kamala. We lost Bullet Bob.
Yeah.
Animal.
Animal. Oh, yeah, that
Animal.
one was a shocker.
You know, I feel like we R.I.P. them, but I don't feel like we thought and prayed them to death. No
Right.
pun intended. Like, I feel like we paid honor to them, but I didn't immediately take to social media and be like, thoughts and prayers, dog. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm being hypocritical, and if I am,
No.
you can call me out. But
Then it gives
anyway.
everyone the excuse to share the picture.
I had to
man.
post.
Yeah.
I had to post a vignette though, the original vignette. I did post that. I won't lie. Okay, let's keep moving. We're getting sidetracked. They show a replay from the Clash of the Champions. They replay JR asking Flair about a timetable on if Flair will continue wrestling and what the future of the NWA World Title is going to be, given that there's a 30-day title defense stip. Doc and I talked about that ad nauseum on the Clash review. You can get that at
Look at him go
tinyurl.com
flying.
/Patreon BTT. For now, all I'll say regarding that segment is Flair did say he will make an announcement on July 1st about his future in the NWA and as it pertains to the NWA title. Doc is then talking about Terry Funk, who's taking on Cougar J here. And boy, that was a flight. I can't even get it out. Cougar J went flying to the outside early on. And Doc, I'll throw it to you if you got any other thoughts on Funk and Cougar J right here.
He does well. He throws him through the top rope, and boy, he landed like belly buster style on that mat. Then he gets him back in the ring and does it again. I don't
Harper,
think-
do you have any?
I don't think
Go ahead,
people
keep going.
appreciate that. You're falling from a high distance there.
Oh, that's not an easy bump, even on even with the
Yeah,
padding
Matt.
down there.
And that
Yeah.
pad's not that
No, that ain't cushy. That ain't like getting into bed on a.
right. That's not that, like the fucking WWE ones are thick as fuck. You could fall
Here
off
he goes
the roof,
again.
bitch.
He went up after he went through the ropes.
Poor old Cougar J.
He's
Terry
bumping
should-
his behind off in his match.
Yeah. He took those strikes well too.
This
He
was
sold
good.
them well.
Yeah, you got to give. That's a nice bump on the floor, a flat back bump after the Funk drop kick. These people hate Funk, man. Look at these hillbillies in Funk. They are in Funk's grill on the outside. This is good stuff. Funk is obviously gonna get the win here, and then we got a glorious promo from Funk in a second. But I'll throw it to you, Doc, if you got anything else.
Well, I'm just watching this match, wondering how long I have to wait into this episode to see the ding dongs.
Hopefully never, and I'll leave it at that as we get into this. Okay. Harper missed the ding-dongs in our Clash review. Again, if you want
Harper,
to hear Doc
it
and
was
I
so-
go off,
It was so bad.
tinyurl.com.
He's gone.
What do you mean he's gone?
He had to go take a shit or something.
No, I'm here.
Okay,
there,
well
he's
there
listening.
were little tiny bells falling all over the ring, Harper.
I don't know. I don't know who's the bigger asshole, the one that came up with it or the one that signed off and said, "Yeah, that's a great idea."
Hey, you don't understand how it works in a big company. You don't always get to tell your boss that they're fucking full of shit.
I'm going to
You
say
always,
one.
You always think it, but you don't get to say it.
I'm going to say one thing about ding-dongs, and then we're going to move on. The Clash crowd that Doc and I just did last week was unreal. They were loud. It was on a military base.
It was
When
hot.
It was hot. JR kept he was pissed it was so hot, and he kept talking about it. But even JR, when the ding dongs came out, he's like, I guess one is ding and the other is dong. And then at the end of the match, again, you can get this at tinyurl.com/Patreon BTT. Doc and I discussed how JR said at the end, I'm glad that was over. That was just terrible. And he was not. He wasn't working. He was just, this is some grade A certified bull crap. Doc, any thoughts before we keep going to this great Funk promo?
I think I'm ready to hear it because the ding dongs, man, that sucks.
We'll do a Patreon episode where we can watch just that match with Harper. Maybe we'll do that when we do the Van Halen thing.
Yeah, right after that, on that night that we haven't found. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go now to Terry Funk. Glorious promo here, in my opinion.
All right, fans, we're standing by here with Terry Funk. Ric Flair has said that on July the 1st, right here on Superstation TV, he said he was going to take care of you one way or the other somewhere down the line, my friend.
Oh, let me tell you something, Jim Ross, and you simple-minded people. I had a dream last night. Oh, yes, and it was a beautiful dream. I dreamed that I was on the front porch of the Double Cross Ranch, and my father, who's long since gone, was there in a swing, swinging with me, and up drove a long black limousine, and the left front fender was dented in, and the door opened, and out stepped a beautiful lady, and my daddy said, "Woman, what happened to your left front fender?" And she says, "I ran over some kind of an animal on the road. I don't know what it was." My daddy said, "Well, what did it look like?" And she says, "Well, it had great big ears, and it had nostrils, big, huge nostrils, about 5 inches apart. And it had horse teeth, and it smelled real bad." And my daddy said, "My world, girl, you must have ran over a jackass." And I said, "What did it smell like?" She said, "It smelled like hairspray and cheap cologne." I said, "Woman, you didn't run over any jackass. You ran over Ric Flair. Is he dead?" She says, "No, but the last time I saw him, he was running scared." Well, let me tell you something, Ric Flair. You look at me in the eye because I am looking at you. You realize that you must live not in the future because there is none. You must live in the past. Give up that belt or I'll stick your neck out one more time for me. Stick it out for me, Flair. You gutless individual. I'm talking to you.
That's enough.
Stick it out. Stick it out.
We're not going to listen anymore to this, fans. We'll be back with the Steiners.
Harper got turned on when he said "stick it out."
Oh yeah.
Oh, Harper, what'd you think? That's in the running for the Rolex.
Yeah, ain't there no more. It's just not done like that anymore. It's fuck. I mean, now it's in the back and it's all fake and stay. It's
Well, at least we have this to watch, and
yeah,
we don't have to watch that.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. What kind of cheap cologne you think he would?
Canoe.
What the fuck is Canoe?
It was just cologne back in the day. Canoe.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, no. Rick would probably wear polo.
Yeah, polo. Maybe that old fucking shit. What was it? Jakar?
Wasn't that after this by a couple of years?
I think so. Yeah. Oh, there she is.
Let's cap off this promo. That's Rolex rating right there, and I'm going to bring back the Jaworski crank-off moment of the week named by Chris Sapita. There you go. Jaworski's cranking off that one for sure. Doc, what did you think about that? I thought that was phenomenal. Man, Funk is so good.
It was really good, and let me tell you the part that I like the best about it. First of all, before I get to that, it's that whole down south Texas imagery of my daddy, the porch swing. But the thing that's perfect about it, the thing that I was like, yes. The woman drove up and had a dented left fender. You can picture that in your mind. Not a dented fender, but the dented left fender. It's so descriptive, and it doesn't. It's like it's the same level of detail of why The Sopranos was a great show, because when you put that level of detail in there, it draws such a vivid picture for you, and it's those little details that make the rest of his story or his promo come to life.
Very true.
Yes.
It's the attention. I mean, nobody's gonna pop and go, "Oh shit!" Like Toot Toot or Hard Times. Good God, look at that. I got distracted, Mike. Yeah, I need a timestamp on what you just had there. Oh dear. Good. Got.
Go back, Mike.
Go back, dude.
Yeah.
I got confused.
Stop.
Now pause it. Fuck.
Come on, dude. Pause that.
It's not going to help because it's going to have the little thing over it.
Look at it spilling out.
That's the shot y'all want.
God damn.
There's your target.
I want to know what love is.
I want you to show me.
Remember that, Mike?
Yes, somebody commented on the YouTube channel. Some dude named Zach. And he commented on one of the videos of the shows that I posted, and he's like, "You guys are immature and childish. Unsubscribe." And it made me think about moments like this when y'all are just praising Missy's assets. God.
Or I want
89 Missy was.
I want to go grab my pillow and post up between those.
I want to put my pecker between a mattress and a box spring.
It's nice. As we keep going, can you finish what you were saying about funk, please?
No, my brain has been completely wiped clean by saying that.
Yeah.
You didn't hit Ric Flair. I mean, you didn't hit whatever. You hit Ric Flair because it smelled like cheap cologne and hairspray. That's nice, Terry. Great promo.
But it's also not just, well, I'm going to settle this once and for all. There's something to it. There's depth to that storytelling. And what was this guy's name? Zach?
Yes, Zach.
Man, fuck this dude. Unsubscribe, dude.
I don't want to give away his YouTube handle. I'd be giving
I don't give a
too
shit.
much attention.
Go tell your wife. Like, I showed those guys today. I unsubscribed from a wrestling podcast, and she'll be like, "I told you were a fucking idiot for listening to that bullshit in the first place. That's why I won't fuck your fat ass."
All right. The Steiner brothers and Missy Hyatt defeat Keith Steinborn and Fred Avery. Steiner brothers out there doing Steiner brother things. Crowd's into it. Doc, any thoughts?
I was taking a big gulp of cold beer.
White Claw. Got it. Mango Truly or some bull.
No,
crap.
those are gone. Those are gone from the house, bruh. They give Miss Doc an upset tummy these days, so she ain't drinking them anymore.
Jesus Lord.
You know who's got a seltzer now?
Everybody.
Coors.
YOLO. You remember that shit?
No.
I remember Four Loko.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Four Loko has a fucking seltzer.
Jesus. Wasn't that a seltzer to begin with?
I mean, it's gotten to that point.
I'm going to go ahead and say, much like the wrestling podcast industry, the seltzer market has been oversaturated.
I waited for King Cobra to come out with one.
That's right. That should you just look at it and you're fucked up. You pour it into a glass and it burns the glass up, and smelling it gets you high. Okay, so here's my thing. The Steiners are over like a motherfucker. They don't need woman right now. They don't need this superfluous bullshit. And not that woman is, because woman's woman, and we all love woman. But the Steiners should be already whooping ass because they're over. This is overbooking.
What is your question? I'm confused.
I didn't ask a question. I was telling.
What are you saying? What is your? I'm still not understanding your point.
They don't need woman involved with them. Oh, look at that. She was going to show him again.
Have you not seen this angle before?
They keep cutting to Misty, and I keep getting confused. I'm saying that having women involved with the Steiners was overbooking because the Steiners were over. They didn't need this.
No, it ain't. I disagree. Not when you know how this angle plays out. But you're showing your lack of education is normal when it comes to
I'm
wrestling.
talking about it like I don't. Here's the other thing, and I told
What?
you this during the Clash. I didn't see any of this shit.
Well, maybe you should wait to see how it plays out before you pass judgment, you dumbass.
I'm treating it like it's real in the moment.
Well, that's the problem. That's your problem, okay?
I don't think it's a problem, you motherfucker.
I do. You're an asshole and an idiot. Now, we got to go to Paul Lee Dangerously because he's got a promo he's got to cut. Here it is.
We're back here, ladies and gentlemen, on Superstation TBS. Jim Ross back with you. Before we see the Samoan SWAT team in action, let's hear these comments from Paul E. Dangerously.
So now, Road Warriors, it's a game of one-upmanship. Now your manager, Paul Ellering, thinks that he can do to Samoan SWAT team what we did to your precious animal and hawk, the Road Warriors. Because we had the Midnight Express beat at the Clash of Champions. The Samoan SWAT team was well on their way to becoming the next NWA World Tag Team Champions. But now, you couldn't handle that because you know that you can take the titles from the Midnight Express or the Freebirds, but you can't beat the SST for those belts. So, Road Warriors, let me tell you something. Let's be sure, let's be damn sure, right here on TBS, we set the record straight. Jimmy Cornette learned Wednesday night that I can beat him at his own game. I am now not only the psycho yuppie, I am the manager basher. Paul Ellering, you're next. This means war!
Wrestling.
All right. Paul Lee seems like he means business, Doc. Your thoughts?
When he said the psycho yuppie, it made me think of American Psycho.
Yeah. You ever seen that movie, Mike?
It's pretty fucked up, dude.
Depends how much you're going to judge me if I haven't seen it.
You should watch it, man. It's fucked up, man. Remember when he chases that girl naked in his tennis shoes with the chainsaw and then he throws it down the stairs at her and screams?
Yeah. You should watch it.
Sounds riveting. I'm pretty sure I won't be watching it, but thank you for the
A bunch of white
recommendation.
bitches get killed. I thought you would love it.
I don't know what relevance that has to this discussion.
You like
they're
Huey
really
Lewis
trying-
in the news.
Yeah.
Look at the Samoan SWAT team eating.
It's
those
hip to
pine-
be square.
Okay.
So-
Let's keep moving in the show. If you've got nothing else, you got any thoughts on Paul Lee right there, Harper?
Well, he's pissed off. I mean,
Captain Obvious, yeah.
yeah.
Paul Lee tells the Warriors that the SST are going to get a piece of that ass after the Warriors calls the SST a shot at the World Tag Titles. Yeah, I
There's
agree.
Mike Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I was about to say, we've got the Samoan SWAT team. They're about to battle Mike Awesome and Rock Hard Rick.
Oh my God!
Come on. What are we doing?
That had to be a rib.
But why?
I mean, that sounds like
Go back.
Rock Hard Rick.
Rock hard.
That got the Paulie Walnut son of a bitch clip of the week. All right. That was a nice super kick. Doc, what were you about to say?
Awesome is 24 there.
Woof. He
Kind of
looks it,
also has
too.
the same haircut as Jim Ross.
God, he's so young looking, man. 24.
Yeah. What are we doing with Rock Hard Rick? Because even if it's a rib, we're trying to do ding dongs and the dudes and Sting and get over with the kids, but then all of a sudden here comes Rock Hard Rick.
He's Rick and he's rock hard.
I can't answer that. Harper,
Yeah,
you got any thoughts on him?
imagine like in a locker room, they had to fuck with him.
That's it was a rib.
Yeah.
Because that name was printed on a sheet taped to a wall. And everybody that walked by was like,
And he's
the
like,
hell?
why can't I just be RHR? Come on. Why does it have to say Rock Hard Rick? Well, here's the thing. He's not a tub of shit either.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying he's Luthez, but
it's clearly a rib.
He must have come in hot to the locker room, right?
Define hot to the locker room.
Like, oh, I've wrestled here. I'm this guy, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, okay, pal.
I don't know. I mean, it's comical, and I'll leave it at that.
It's stupid, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah,
Any
it's
other-
more stupid. I call him Rock Hard Richard.
His
Yeah.
name is Richard.
Dick. Okay.
How
Oh, my God.
how uncomfortable is it every time you see a wrestler who died in their 40s when 20 years ago they were taking bumps in the head from the top rope?
I don't know if it really gets to me or I think about it unless it's like you're referencing here an ECW guy. Because of what they did to their bodies.
Yeah.
Well, and that
And
shit
the
that Awesome
chair
and
shots
Tanaka did to each other was criminal.
That's rough to watch today.
Yeah,
It
what the
really
fuck?
is. Like, 22 years ago, I was like, holy shit, how are they doing this and not killing each other? Turns out they were killing each other.
Yeah. You remember Harper, like, Awesome would hit him with those chairs.
Yeah, right to the fucking head.
Back to back to back to back. And I remember.
Or pick him up in the damn like razor's edge shit and just launch him over the top rope.
With
And
zero
I-
fucks.
Zero. And I remember watching, and I was like, a buddy of mine who was a wrestling fan, he never did anything in the business or anything. I remember we were watching ECW one time. He goes, God damn. And you just watch it. Go back and watch some of those unprotected chair shots. And every time I see the chair hit him in the head, I'm like, damn, how many brain cells did he lose on that one? Oh, he lost some more.
Yeah.
Oh, he lost some more.
Ugh,
And
God.
they were doing that nightly. Ugh, it's rough to watch. Like, I think about that when I think of guys like Balls Mahoney. It's like, God, man, Balls just,
Stood there and offered his head.
yeah. But yes, in Doc, you brought that up obviously because of Mike Awesome right there, right? You said,
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, look at that.
Real
Hairy
quick,
chest.
one of the Samoans belly to back suplex Mike's Awesome from the second rope, but other than that, the Samoans obviously win. We then go to the Freebirds, who defeat Randy Rose and Mark Smith. Garvin with a DDT to Smith, and the Freebirds win. Randy Rose has moved his way down the card.
Dude.
NWA.
Mm.
He felt like a fucking like the Zeppelin.
I think the thing was, what did Corny say? George Scott and even Jim Hurd didn't like Randy Rose. I don't remember. I think it was George Scott, but George Scott is out by now. Yeah, I mean, think about how he came in last year in November, and now he's in enhancement talent matches with Mark Smith and doing jobs. There we go. And nothing else. Any other thoughts, Doc, on this?
Just at the end, they did make comment about Garvin using the DDT instead of the Brainbuster. That was about it.
Yeah, and what? Anything from you, Harper, or keep going?
I prefer the Brain Buster.
The DDT is a better looking move if you do it right. It's a big if, though.
Well, it depends who's doing the Brainbuster, too. Brainbuster's a nice move. Garvin got on a couple cycles, man. He's looking pretty good. He looks slim right there, but he didn't last week when we saw him. Anyway,
Yeah.
he's got some
Damn,
nice
he does
shoulders,
look a
man.
lot better, huh?
Yeah, his shoulders are real. If you look at him, he's looking good. All right, so we keep going. They replay Eddie Gilbert's fireball that he tried to throw at the Great Muta, but he hit Trent Knight instead by accident. That was from the Clash. Again, you can get that at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. That's one of our Patreon specials. We keep going, though, and we're going to go to Gary Hart in the Great Muta. Give me a second. Let me get to it here. Shit. I won't let me go right to it. Here it is.
Fire! His father was burned in the face!
Eddie Gilbert, you have got yourself more trouble than you could ever dream about. In Fort Bragg, North Carolina, guts and glory, the Clash of Champions, you came like the Gaijin you are from behind and tried to burn the great Muta. You know, and I know, that if there's anything that terrorizes the great Muta, is the fire in the face, because that's how his father was scarred for life. And now you try to scar the great Muta. Well, let me tell you something, Eddie Gilbert. The next time you and the great Muta meet, we know you will bring the fire. But I want you to think about what it will be like when the great Muta puts the deadly green spray in your eyes.
I thought it was meat and potatoes, Doc. What'd you think?
I got a weird thing about those kind of masks. Not those kind of masks, but just they look goofy now. But when I was a kid, those kind of like expressionless masks used to weird me out. You ever seen the music video for Rocket by Herbie Hancock? With all the machines and like...
Yeah.
That shit used to scare the piss out of me when I was a kid. Like Kamala and that music video were the two things that scarred my youth. That's why I drink today.
So you're blaming that on your alcoholism?
Yeah.
Of course.
Jazz fusion on MTV, jazz fusion rock music on MTV, and Jerry Jarrett's compound in Tennessee whooped my ass for. That's why you get what you get today. Now, good promo because there's a reason why Muta hates fire, but he's got a weapon of his own fist. Now we need mist. We need a fire versus mist match.
Stay tuned to see if that happens. Harper, you got anything for Muta and Gary Hart right there?
That fucking mask. I can't stop just staring at him.
Push pause real quick. Push pause. Okay.
What?
Well, I'm waiting until we finish about that mask. What's wrong with that mask, Harper?
It looks psychotic.
Oh, so it wasn't stupid. It was scary.
Yeah, I mean, but if I
not in 2020 when you've seen real shit.
I still don't want to look at it.
See?
Like, if I saw that mask like sitting in the closet, I would like have to like cover it up.
Them shits get me, man. I ain't even trying to see that.
Yeah, fuck that.
So what if your girl put that on while you were, doing some
you flip her around the sideways and you come in the back. That's all.
Yeah. Come on, man. Improvise, adapt, overcome.
Stop acting like a rookie.
Okay. Just asking. That's all. Calm down, people.
It ain't that high.
After that, we go to the Midnight Express, who defeat Jim Bryan and Jeff James. The Midnight are going to win with ease.
Yeah, Jeff James here is in the smaller guy right there, Harper, in the denim jacket.
Yeah.
What does he look like he'd be doing and hanging out and driving and party?
Oh God! Back then, a fucking El Camino.
This dude looks like this dude.
78 Camaro.
Yeah, this guy looks like the burnout metalheads at lunch that skip out to go smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, bro. Fucking Run to the Hills, best album ever.
Yes, in 8th grade.
And they got that shitty like the Indian ink tattoo.
Well, homemade, right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah, that buddy put on him all drunk, and it's some shit like an 8-ball or something.
And they got that wispy mustache because they're showing you how that they've been held back a couple of years.
Yeah.
Did you go to that same high school, Mike, or is it just I mean,
that sounds like just y'all.
Yeah, you were too busy hearing like Too Short, right? About this time.
Sure.
Am I wrong?
You're just trying to make a joke that's just so stupid. I don't know what else to say.
Harper, seriously, the other night I turned it on VH1 Classic. and Bones Thugs came on, and my kid looked at it and goes, he's 8. And he looked at me and goes, what is this crap?
Oh, this dude sucks.
Harper's not listening, but I can tell you one thing. Bobby Eaton looks like he is mad.
Yeah.
He was mad right there.
That might be as mad as you'll ever see Bobby Eaton.
Nicest guy in the business.
Watch this. He's trying to give this guy an atomic drop. Look at Bobby. You stupid. I can tell him. You stupid asshole. Kicks him in the head.
And look at the disgust with how he tags in Stan. He didn't go down easy on that either.
This guy, safe to say he might not know exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, that guy needs to go back to his fucking Camaro.
Yeah, Jeff James is.
What is that? What is that guy's shoot job?
Oh, he probably works at Firestone.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one.
And he probably told like all his buddies, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna be on fucking TBS next week."
Well, it's more than Mike ever did. Not you. I mean, you were on TV every week in a major market doing commentary, but it's more than Mike ever did.
I know, huh?
That's
fucking
not true.
Loser. What did you do?
You ever wrestle in a building that big on national TV?
No. But I have done what Harper's done. I've never been a commentator, but I've been on local television.
I mean, he's a staple, weekly staple on commentary, pal. Okay. And I guarantee the Army does not appreciate you trying to equate your career with Harper's.
Well, we go to the next match. It is Norman the Lunatic with Teddy Long, who defeats Bob Emery. Norman wins with a splash in the corner, and this is stupid.
What the fuck? Who canceled?
That looks terrible on television, too, that introduction.
God, I'm about to have a seizure.
I'm about to have a seizure, too.
Those fucking lights. What the fuck's in his hand? What?
He's wearing a fucking seatbelt on his head.
Oh, my God.
Toothbrush.
He's wearing one of those airplane seatbelts.
Why?
Why?
Why is he wearing that?
Because that'll make him seem crazy.
Oh, God.
Can we move past this? Because I really don't have anything to say.
No. This is you got to take it all in.
Everybody, hey, look. This is mud show bullshit. And if you want to tell me we didn't disrespect the business back in the day, I'm going to point you back to this.
Everything was airtight, brother.
Right. This motherfucker.
Oh, God. Yeah, okay. I'm probably sure.
He's spitting.
Okay, let me take the seatbelt.
Everybody's like, oh, I can't wait. Everybody's like, I can't wait to hear Harper and Doc tear up 1990 through 92 WCW, man. We're quitting the show. I hate watching bad wrestling.
The amazing thing is
I want to watch good wrestling.
I am amazed. In 1989, you get Flair and Steamboat, Flair and Funk. You get Luger doing some really good things. And then you get Norman and the Ding Dongs. You say this about AEW, but it's schizophrenic as all hell. It's schizophrenic, man.
Because you got the Freebirds, you got the Midnights, you got the SST, you got the Road Warriors. There's a lot of things to like. And then this is like just a monkey flinging poo.
Yeah, this is fucking horrible.
6 months into 1989, I have a proclamation I'm gonna make. The SST may be one of the most underused tag teams I've ever seen in just 6 months of 1989.
More so than the Commandos?
Whatever. Those dudes are completely misused. You've got U.S. and world tag title material with them. And they win a lot, but so far in 89, I mean, they lost to the freaking dynamic dudes, bro. Get the piss out of here, please.
Yeah, they were a good fucking heel tag team.
Yeah, they're damn good. They're great in '89, and they just But then we get things like Norman and the Ding Dongs, and this is dumb. I can't take no more. He's biting him, and it's dumb. There's nothing from it. Teddy Long's freaking
Teddy's
out.
trying to stop him?
Yeah, it's just stupid. It's really, really dumb. It's dumb.
Get your ass back to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
I mean, that's nice. All right, let's go.
Cigarettes. I want my cigarettes, Nurse Ratched.
Son of a bitch.
I watched that recently.
Really?
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, he's got time, you know. He bangs, he watches movies. He bangs, he watches movies.
You ever seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Mike?
Trying to think. It was in... What year did that movie come out?
1974, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't think I've seen that since the early 90s.
Bro, you gotta watch it.
Yeah?
Yeah, Danny DeVito's in it. He's real young. He's got hair.
Do you know who Danny DeVito is, Mike?
Yeah, from Taxi.
And
Taxi's one of the best TV shows ever, by the way.
Yeah, that's underrated.
Let's go to the Road Warriors now, because they've got a good promo they're going to cut. Here it is.
Well, Paulie dangerously and a Samoans. How do you feel, chumps? See, nobody messes with the Legion of Doom and gets away with it. We not only get mad, we get even. So every time you turn around, you're going to see our face right in the middle of yours, and there ain't nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. We ain't going to rest till we kick their butt. Tell them, Hawk.
Listen to Hawk.
You know, there's a little island. It's really kind of a hellhole. It's called Samoa. But I'll bet it's looking pretty good to the Samoans right now. After what we did to you, you want to get back in a banana boat and get right back there, I'm sure. And when we get done with you, Precious Paul has come up with a magnificent idea. Since everybody else is taking upon themselves to offer Mike Tyson a challenge, me and Animal are extending a challenge to Mike Tyson. If a football player can fight him, so can we. Tell him, Paul.
You know, I've been a gambler all my life, Paulie Dangerously. And I'm not forgetting you too, Freebirds. I've been a gambler all my life, and I can tell one thing, and one thing only, and that is that desperate money never wins. And gentlemen, you're all betting like you're desperate. You're betting like you're scared of these.
Okay, I'm sorry, Jaworski. You're going to have to finish cranking off of some other way. I thought Hawk was hilarious. Samoa's a hellhole, and get back in your banana boat and go back to it. That's nice, Doc. Your thoughts?
Well, they continue to show why they're the biggest, most intimidating tag team in the division, and now they're pissed. And we've learned something in the last 3 years is that a pissed Road Warriors is a dangerous Road Warriors. And it may not be as dangerous for the SST, but I'd hate to be the jobbers that got to face them next week.
Harper, what's your thoughts?
Hey, I like his Batman face paint.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
Animal
was
had
different.
some different face paint on. It was awesome.
Yeah, this was about when a movie came out.
89, it sure was. So it was
Yeah.
summer 89, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we keep moving. They replay Luger running in to help Steamboat at the end of the clash, and then Luger attacking Steamboat and turning on him. Again, you can hear more about that on our Patreon show at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. And then immediately after they show that replay, I think we get a excellent promo from Lex Luger, which I am going to play right now.
Fans, by now you've seen what transpired at the Clash of Champions 7 when Lex Luger came to the ring and the attack on Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And I've got to say that I was as shocked as anybody else because it was totally out of character, in my opinion, for the total package to do what you did to Ricky Steamboat.
You know, Jim Ross, the total package Lex Luger's heard a lot as of late. I've heard about why did you do that to Ricky Steamboat. Poor little Ricky Steamboat. What Ricky Steamboat is a victim of circumstances. Because for a year and a half now, I've been catering to other people. I've been catering to these ingrates out here, always trying to please them and not myself. And when you hang with them, all you come up with is a handful of dirt. Well, from now on, the total package is reaching for the stars. The total package is going to become what he always should have been, and that is the premier wrestler in the world today. The greatest athlete in the world today. Because I've got the looks, I've got the physical characteristics, I've got everything it takes. I am the greatest wrestler alive on the face of this earth today. Now, Ricky Steamboat, you slid in the back door. You had what was mine. Now you say you're number one contender? Not a chance, Ricky Steamboat. I'm coming after everything the sport has to offer. Ric Flair, either you wrestle or you give up the belt. One or the other to the king of the hill. And that is the total package, Lex Luger. You know something? It truly is better to give Jim Ross than to receive, because I gave Ricky Steamboat that clothesline and felt my arms sink into his Adam's apple. That felt good. And when I went and grabbed that chair and whacked him across the back of the neck and the vibrations came through my arms, that felt good. But you know, it's like a shark that just gets a little bit of scent of the blood. Because Ricky Steamboat, I am going to know that is just a small sample of what's waiting for you. Because I'm telling you what's going to happen. I'm going to go into a feeding frenzy. Ric Flair always said he was the dirtiest player in the game. Not anymore. Because I've learned a lot in the last year and a half. And now you're looking at the dirtiest player in the game. The total package, Lex Luger.
All right, fans, Steamboat have a big score to...
Look, I know it's not the greatest and it's not a Flair promo, but I thought he was good. He says for the last year he's been trying to cater to the fans and not himself, and it left him not being able to do what he wanted to do and could do. And he's out now to be the premier wrestler in the world today. And he tells Flair to wrestle or give up the belt. I just thought Luger was good there. Doc, what'd you think?
I also thought Luger was good there. No?
He wasn't bad. It wasn't,
He got sweaty a little bit as it went on, too. But, I mean, is there any doubt that he's a better heel than a babyface? I mean, he has that arrogant smirk. And I like the line he had when that clothesline sunk into his Adam's apple. Again, it's the little details that are important. I mean, he's turning Luger heel puts him back in his natural position. You know, he was like an offensive lineman that you made go play tackle when he's really something, a guard or a center because of injuries. He's now back into his natural position, in my opinion.
He's definitely a better heel. Harper, what'd you think?
Yeah, I think he's meant to be a heel more than a face.
And it's good long-term booking because Flair's messed up with Funk right now. We're not even sure Flair's going to ever come back. And so Luger's sitting in the wings ready.
Luger has that natural arrogance.
Yeah. He thinks he's better than you.
He looks like David Lee Roth on massive amounts of steroids.
Okay. But he's just got that natural arrogance that without even opening his mouth. So it's just he's a natural heel, and I just gotta this is a good spot for him to do that. And Luger's had a good 89, and it's gonna get better. Ranger Ross defeats Lee Scott in a just very uneventful.
You saw that headlock you put on fucking Lee Scott?
You think Lee Scott hangs out with that guy earlier with the denim jacket? They rode to the show. They rode to the show together.
No, I wouldn't insult Lee Scott like that.
Lee
Scott actually knows what he's doing.
He probably rode in together.
Yeah.
No, I doubt that. By the way,
they were listening to White Lion together in the car.
I'm seeing Lee Scott. What the hell was that? He did the Karate Kid. I missed that the first time around.
Yeah, I
Watch
that
Ranger
too.
Ross.
Wait, what? Like he did the...
That's terrible.
Look on it. Look at him on the out. Look at
Oh,
him.
yeah, he did. See?
This
He's
is
a martial arts expert.
stupid. Just stupid. That's just dumb. By the way, I'm thinking of Lee Scott right now. Lee Scott did enhancement talent matches in Smoky Mountain. And Harper, I know you're not on Twitter. You didn't see the new Twitter page by one of the Smoky Mountain talents, did you?
We got a fake wolf man, Harper.
Oh, fuck that.
There's a fake.
I don't want a real fucking wolf man.
There's a fake wolf man, and somebody in the Facebook group, when I said, all right, fess up, who is this? Somebody said, what if it's the real wolf man? And that would even be better, but I don't think it is.
How was that guy still alive? How would the real wolf man still be?
If the wolf man is still alive.
It's those supplements he took.
Yeah, Power Maker 2.
Yeah.
That shit probably makes you glow in the dark.
It probably make you shit like crazy.
That glows in the dark.
That stuff might make your pee-pee burn. I don't know, man. I wouldn't take that. But if the Wolfman is out there and listening, and I know this isn't the Smoky Mountain Show, I need him to get in touch with me because I want to talk to old Wolfie, and I'll leave it at that. Okay, Ranger Ross wins. This is stupid. It's just dumb.
We're saying stupid a lot.
They've got good stuff. I mean, the Luger promo was good, and then we go immediately to Ranger Ross's stupidity. Now, let's go to something that's not stupid. It's not long. Rick Steiner is a clown, and here it is.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Superstation TBS. The team of Captain Mike Rotund and Kevin Sullivan coming up in a few moments. We'll also be talking to Jim Cornette. But I know that on Saturday night, July the 8th, in the Boston Garden, you and Kevin Sullivan in a Boston street fight. You ever been in a Boston street fight before?
No, I ain't never been in one of those. Hey, you little blonde-headed, disgusting little toad. I'm going to beat you up in Boston. He goes around telling everybody he's from Boston. He ain't from Boston. They go to a different town. He says he's from that town. He goes to this town.
He's got a girlfriend.
You got a girlfriend, Rick?
I do not.
Jim Ross, Ricky's got a girlfriend.
I do not.
You got a girlfriend? I saw that young lady.
No, I don't. What about that date on Saturday night? Huh? Shut up. Tell me shut up.
You got a date?
No, I don't. I might. I'm not telling you. Why?
Well,
what do you want to know for?
Well, it's inquisitive.
It's your girlfriend.
Hey. That's your main squeeze there, buddy boy.
Hey, it's not my squeeze. You want her?
No, I think she's a great match for you. You guys have a lot in common.
Why?
Why? She seems like she likes you a lot. Hey.
Shut up.
Well, you're not a ladies' man. Don't get embarrassed about it. What about the Boston street fight, July the 8th?
A lot of people have been coming up and asking me if my brother's all there. My brother's all there. Just ask him. Ricky, you all there?
Hey, I'm here.
You sure are.
Come to Boston, Kevin Sullivan. You're going to find out how there my brother is. He's going to take you down, tie you in knots, and make you squeal. Right, Rick?
Yeah, I'm here right now, but I'll be there in Boston. Hey, Sullivan, when it comes time to get in the ring, he's going to enter my world, and whatever happens, because I don't care. I don't care about Kevin no more.
All right, and good luck with your girlfriend.
Shut up.
Fans, let's go to the ring. I'm only kidding. Let's go to the ring.
JR's having fun with Rick Steiner. I like that, Doc. What'd you think?
Yeah, it's goofy and it's fun. I mean, Rick Steiner's 28 years old there. And he's worried about having a girlfriend. That's funny.
I'm just amazed at how dressed down Robin Green is compared to what we see in another month or two.
Jesus, I can't wait. Can we get her and Missy together with me and Harper on a double date?
Yeah.
Can I come?
You can.
No, you can work camera like JJ.
Yeah.
You're the JJ.
JJ was like, Champ, Doc, I've been knowing you for years. I got one question. And you tell me what Rick told JJ. Sure. What is it? And JJ says, can I stay? I'll hide behind the curtain. I'll watch. Can I listen? JJ wanted to listen. Ah, what a pervert. Okay.
You know, earlier in this show, you said that you needed to concentrate because your work, you know. Well, when Harper and I are doing our work with the ladies, we don't need a bunch of interruptions from people like you.
Okay. What are y'all going to do? Cross swords while y'all doing it or what?
That's
Oh,
nice.
It's a tag team match. Get the hot tag.
Ugh. God.
Well, you don't have to worry about it if you stay on each end of the girl. It's when you got to make sure that, you don't bump into each other.
Grow up.
No.
Harper, you ever had a threesome?
No. Well, yeah, once. Those two guys were hot.
I knew he was going to say that. Grow up. The Varsity Club, Mike Rotunda and Kevin Sullivan defeat Ray Lloyd. Ray Lloyd's back this week. Bucky Siegler in another uneventful match. I mean, it wasn't bad. I'm not trying to knock
I thought the varsity looked good, but it wasn't eventful.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, what are you gonna do here? All right. So, any other thoughts, Doc, before I keep going to get to Cornette's promo?
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
Stop freezing on me, Jesus.
The Dodgers are already down 18-0.
Yeah. I'm looking at it.
Not true. All right, here's Corny.
With Jim Cornette and the Midnight Express, and guys, this past Wednesday was not the brightest Wednesday night in your careers, I'm sure. I said that we were going to win our first round match, and we did. I said we were going to beat the Samoans, and we did. I said we were going to be World Tag Team Champions, and we would have been if the Freebirds hadn't had other plans in the form of Paulie Dangerously coming down there, knocking me out from behind with a loaded tennis racket. And still, even though they couldn't stay focused on the match because they didn't know how bad I was hurt, didn't know if I was seriously injured, still, the Midnight Express gave Garvin and Hayes everything they could handle, and it took Terry Gordy coming in that ring to save the day for the Freebirds. If they'd have been able to be focused, if I'd have been at ringside, I couldn't stop Terry Gordy, but I could have said, look out at the right time, and that would have been all the difference it took. Well, let me tell you something. I blame Paulie Dangerously for costing us the World Tag Team title, but I blame myself for Paulie being able to do it. I should have taken care of him, got rid of him a long time before now. I'm going to make it up to the Midnight Express for letting them down. I've asked the NWA, I want to fight Paulie Dangerously. Don't worry about a six-man tag. Don't throw our teams against each other. I want to fight Paulie one-on-one in the ring. Anything goes. The winner gets the bragging rights, and the loser shuts his mouth. I want it, and that's what I'm going to get. Now, about 6 months ago, the Midnight Express, Jim Cornette, were as popular as poison around here. Then we got jumped from behind. Everybody started cheering for us. But still, the people that we'd been wrestling against didn't trust us, and we had no friends. This man's going through exactly the same thing. Dr. Death Steve Williams, Kevin Sullivan betrayed him, Terry Gordy ambushed him, and now he needs somebody because he's the toughest man in the world. But one man can't fight three Freebirds. Well, brother, I want to say we want Garvin and Hayes because we're going to clip their wings and we're going to take our belts. And you want Gordy, so it seems to me the Midnight Express and Dr. Death should be seeing a lot of each other from now on.
First of all, Jimmy, let me tell you something, Kevin Sullivan, you bit off more than you can chew. And another thing, just because your boys couldn't get the job done, I was the backbone of the Varsity Club. I made the Varsity Club. Now, you go out and pay Terry Gordy to come and jump me behind in Japan when I was defending the United States of America over there. Now, Terry Gordy, You're going to have to face me head on, face to face. And let me tell you something. I didn't have a lot of friends, but I got a lot now. And you know, as well as I know, you should have finished off the job the first time.
We're going to be doing a lot of favors for each other, Dr. Death and the Midnight Express. I can promise you that. I say you're in very good hands. The fans will be back with a World Television Championship right after you hear this.
I thought Dr. Death was actually good there because he was short and to the point, and I thought he was really good. And I love how he told them that they messed up when they didn't finish the job. I mean, that's to me a mark of a good babyface. Doc, what did you think about Corny in the Midnight there?
Meat and potatoes, but I also thought it would have been really cool, and I understand why you didn't do this in territory wrestling, but it would have been really cool if they actually showed him jumping him in Japan with Japan footage.
That would have been great.
So I have a question about that because, you know, we're not Japan. I don't want to say we're not Japan wrestling fans. We just don't know. Did that really happen in Japan, or did they make that up? Somebody out there will tell me. I know Silva will know. Somebody out there will know. Jaworski, God, he probably cranked off to it if it happened in Japan. So somebody out there can tell us. I wonder if that actually happened or if that was just kind of something that they said.
And it could have still been the last vestiges of the territory days where we just say shit because they can't check it. But man, it would have been cool to see it.
Yeah, I agree. Harper, any other thoughts?
Yeah, that's. I think he kept it short and sweet and said exactly what he had to say.
I thought so too. And we saw at the Clash Dr. Death versus Gordy. We're going to talk about that again in a second because this happens again at the end of this episode. All right. We go next to Sting, who defeats a gentleman by the name of Big Al Green, who is really built and
you don't remember him?
Really good. Well, go ahead, Doc.
Well, he was on Nitro like in the last couple of years, but he was bald.
Oh, really?
He was the dog.
Is that who that is?
Yes.
No shit. Okay. Well, he's jacked. I can tell you that much.
So he's not Boo Boo the Fool because he had a wrestling career, but that's why I say that. It's like he wasn't just Pablo Cruz out there to get beat real fast, but he's not Luthez either.
Well, he actually. I wasn't going to poo-poo on him. I mean, he looks good in this match. I mean,
yeah, but I mean that's why he was probably like flexing at Sting and shit.
Well, I mean, in fairness, he's bigger than Sting.
Right. Yeah.
Size-wise, I mean, Sting's not.
And he's getting a lot of stuff in for a jobber.
Yeah. I mean, he can work on his selling, but he's not horrible. I mean, you know, is where.
Well,
where
I think he was in Japan some, and you know. If you're just beating the shit out of people, you don't got to worry about selling.
That's true.
Strong style and shit.
Sting wins, and that's all I got. We keep going. There's I
do think it's interesting.
I should have talked about this. Well, Funk tries to come in, and the crowd comes up, and Funk is about to jump Sting, but
you see
Sting
that crowd,
gets out
though?
of the. Yeah, they came up.
They came alive.
You know what that means? Those two guys are over, especially Funk.
Well, and the truth of the matter is they never touched to look at the crowd.
Oh, that's how it's supposed to be.
That's right. We don't have to kill each other to get a reaction.
I hate that about modern wrestling. I hate that. Them old timers used to always say, look, don't give it to them right away.
You got hurt. That got a great reaction.
And they didn't touch.
They didn't touch. Nobody took a notch off their bump card. No one.
That's right. So, all right, we keep going. Funk, he tried to catch Sting. Sting said, nah, bruh. And before you know it, Funk is powdering out, getting out of Dodge.
You know, one thing I do like is we're starting to see some different jobbers and some of them who, you know, made a mark later on, like a Glacier and a, you know, Buddy Lee Parker and Mike Awesome and Al Green. It's a different crew.
Ugh,
that's nice.
That didn't sound good. All right,
That tasted like beer and bad decisions.
You mean you don't remember when Jimmy Backlund was doing jobs on Saturday night in '86? I think it was.
I do.
Dude, he looks
Yeah.
so different than he does when
He went
gets
down
in
to
the
Florida
smoking.
and got in front of the sun.
Yeah.
And did a few cycles and put on some pounds and missed and lost a few teeth. Just totally different. But okay. The Freebirds cut a promo.
Speaking of
They-
cycles,
Yeah, there's a few cycles here going on, especially
Yeah,
with Jimmy
man.
Garvin.
He looks fucking a lot bigger.
He is. He's on the gas. He's done a few cycles. I don't really have anything from the promo. Hayes says something about joining JR back on commentary next week, which I don't want. And then Doc said, "Uh-oh," and I agree here. So Dr. Death and Terry Gordy are about to have a match. Now, they just had like a, I don't know, 6-7 minute match at the Clash that ended in a no contest, a double count out. And what I liked about how this started is, you know, Dr. Death doesn't wait to hear his name. He hits the ring and goes straight after Gordy because that's what guys do when they have personal issues. They don't sit there.
He's got a score to settle.
Right. They don't sit there and pull it.
and we didn't have to hear Boomer Sooner and shit.
Blah, 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 blah for 20 minutes.
Look at these
before
two.
they fight.
Now it's just fucking, let's beat some ass.
Yeah. And this is what they did at the Clash. I don't want to spoil it, but Doc, if you remember at the Clash, they look at the brother on the right there. I'm gonna rewind it. Watch the brother on the right. Hold on. Look right now. He's into it. Look at him. Fuck him up.
Yeah.
The brother on the right is like, yeah. But there's nothing fancy here, Harper. They're just slinging it out. What did you think?
Yeah, I mean, this is something you just don't see now.
Two big bastards that know how to go at it.
And they generally seem like they really hate each other.
I thought, and I didn't think this match was it. There's nothing wrong with this match. Don't get me wrong. Nothing wrong with it. The match at the Clash was better.
Even though it was a double count out, Doc?
Yeah. We said the finish sucked, but the match itself was better.
Well, the crowd here is quieter than at the Clash.
That's right. That environment for because you got to remember, we're in an army base with these two big bastards beating the piss out of each other. It got the crowd aroused.
Okay.
I could watch these two wrestle every day.
There's nothing they did wrong here. This is just two, you said it, Doc, two big bastards slugging it out. This was the wrestling we fell in love with. I mean,
Yep.
Doc, how many times did you watch Gordy in the Sportatorium?
So those
do
big
this?
rights like he just did right there in that video. And then Kevin would back him in the corner and throw one of those knees up into his rib cage in the turnbuckle.
Harper, there's no flips, no dives, just fists and forearms. And the
Just
occasional
two guys that fucking
But here's
hate
the
each
thing.
other.
It's not just throwing punches. I mean, look at that suplex we just saw. These guys are really at the height of their game too.
Yeah, look,
It's not just bullshit, and it's not just punches and kicks. Now there's a lot of that, and they're big enough that it works. But these guys can wrestle,
Yeah, this is good stuff.
and both guys are believable as all hell.
So, I don't want to sound like the broken record here, but it's going to sound like it because it's true. When we fell in love with wrestling in the 80s,
This is what it looks like.
this is what it looked like. It was two things. It was guys with personal issues, and it was guys getting in there and beating the piss out of each other. Nothing was fancy. We didn't need 50 million flips and dives. Was it nice to see some stuff here and there, move off the top rope? Sure. But, I mean, just that's simple. I mean, Gordy runs in and gives Dr. Death this clothesline in the corner, and it's just simple. Like, I don't know how to say it.
Here's the thing. At 8, 18, 28, 38, or when I'm 48, I'm pretty sure that these two guys, and when I'm 48, unfortunately, these two guys are dead. These guys are whipping my ass at any age I was, or will be. And here's the other thing. I'm not stupid. I know those guys on AEW would whip my ass too, but it don't feel that way.
I don't know, man. I know you can't fight and haven't been in many confrontations in your life.
Do you want some?
Hold on. I'm about to take up for you. I know you. Oh. God, that close. Hold on. We got to talk about this.
Yeah.
I gotta say something real quick. I know you ain't been in many confrontations in your life, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say, I don't think many dudes in AEW could whip your ass.
And that's the thing is like, even if it's not real, it's what you think. And man, I know Dr. Death is going to pulverize all three of us. I know Terry Gordy is going to pulverize the three of us. So when you put that together, it's just amazing.
Harper, how many people on AEW could stretch you?
Jericho.
Here it comes. Bam. Oh yeah, that looked good.
Jericho went good.
Jericho went to the dungeon. He could work.
Yeah, Jericho and
maybe Cody.
Brian Cage,
Cody. I mean, look, you can not like Cody all you want. He's an accomplished wrestler, and let me tell you something about amateur wrestlers. Everybody,
they're the real. Them's the real athletes.
Them some bitches could tie you up in a pretzel. All right.
That's right. That's right.
Not every amateur wrestler has a knockout punch, but accomplished amateur wrestlers know what they're doing on the ground, and some of them don't have to punch because of that.
Harper, could you take Marco's stunt in a shoot fight?
Fuck no.
Let's keep going. We got to close out the show. I can't even no more with this. After I saw the video with the Marco stunt and the dildo at the wrestling event, I'm done with that type of stuff. Anyway, okay. So here's the thing. There's a bunch of shenanigans at the end of this thing. Dr. Death is about to Oklahoma Stampede Gordy, but the Freebirds are out there, and Garvin pulls Dr. Death's leg. Good heel work. Dr. Death then goes for the slam, but they roll over, and Gordy's on top of Dr. Death, and he pins Dr. Death. Cornette and the Midnight then hit the ring.
Can you roll it back 10 seconds real quick?
Sure.
Maybe give me 20 now. That punch, the right hand, the camera work is great. It proves you don't have to do hurricane, earthquake, shaking of this. Watch the camera work on this right hand. It makes it look great.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got two.
If guys,
pros
here's
right
the
there.
thing: if guys know how to work and you just do it simple, you don't have to shake the camera around to hide the fact that all these motherfuckers don't know how to work. Make it look real.
Doc, while I'm going over the finish, look up Gordy and Dr. Death's ages right here for me.
I think Gordy's probably about. I'm gonna guess, but I am looking it up. I'm gonna say Gordy's about 28.
I think you gave it a show or two ago. Look at that clothesline. I'm sorry, guys. We're just in awe at these two who aren't flipping and diving and just firing up and doing what they're supposed to do. So anyway,
Gordy's motherfuckers fighting.
Yeah, big motherfuckers fighting. You know what? That's a heavyweight match. That's what's at the top of the card.
So at the finish of this thing, like I said, Gordy ends up pinning Dr. Death. There's shenanigans at the end, though, with everything. The Freebirds and Midnight end up out there brawling. Then the Dynamic Dudes and the New Zealand Militia hit the ring. Then the Enhancement Talent hit the ring. Here comes a trip, if you're watching the video version, where Garvin trips Dr. Death and Gordy's pinning, and then Nick Patrick counts the pin. And then you see all the talent run out. Jim Ross is selling the 2-ring match at the next bash that we're going to see. It's a chaotic situation. They go to commercial, and then when they come back from commercial, Dr. Death and Gordy are still brawling, so nothing's been calmed down. Look at Corny being thrown in the ring. And the thing is, the funny part about this is we go off air with the brawling still going on, so nothing's settled. I mean, Gordy, put it this way, Dr. Death took a pin, but it was no skin off his back because the heels had to cheat. So I thought overall they had a long match. Gordy does get the win, but the heels cheated, so I don't think they lose. I don't think he loses anything by losing there. And that's what I had. It's a chaotic situation. Doc, what do you have? Anything else?
So Gordy's 28.
Okay, I thought so.
Dr. Death is 29.
28 and 29. So you've got two athletes really in their prime right there.
The other thing is on Steve Williams' Wikipedia page, it says he was unpinned in North America for a decade from 87 to 97.
You see, he didn't just lose.
Well, we just saw that wasn't true, but
saw the crowd is into this, although you know this is the lazy schmoz ending of how many Raws and Nitros and everything else.
Right.
I can already tell you this 2-ring battle royal bullshit's gonna be a wah, wah.
Well, the pay-per-view is good though, so I wouldn't
Well, that match, I mean.
The Great American Bash show is good, so okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about 2-ring battle royals.
That 2-ring stuff, that's cool when you're young.
It's just too much, right?
Yeah.
It sounds a lot better in theory than it is in practice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why are the dudes out there?
I don't know.
Shouldn't they be back in the locker room on the half pipe just fucking doing some Tony Hawk shit? Bones Brigade, dude. Bones Brigade.
I remember that.
That's how the show goes off air with everybody out there brawling. So we got to rate this thing and give out our Rolex before we do so. I want to remind you, we are not far away from Thanksgiving and the holiday season kicking off.
Motherfucker.
That's right. So make sure you are using the BTT Amazon Associates link. It's tinyurl.com/BTT Amazon. Great way to support this show without spending anything extra. Give the link to the wives, girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever you put it in or have put in.
That's nice.
Put it in. Put it in.
Give that link to them and tell them to use it every time they use Amazon. The side pieces, whatever. Again, it's tinyurl.com/BTT Amazon. Do like our friend JBL Objective on Twitter said a few months ago. Actually physically put that link into the browser and make sure they use it when they use Amazon. tinyurl.com/BTT Amazon.
I got another hack. I got another hack on this.
What you got?
Well, act like you're doing something for the family and get your hoe or side piece or girlfriend or wife's password, and then go into their account and change their password.
Oh no!
Yeah. And then when they try to order all, and I mean all the shit that they're ordering, because I don't know about y'all, but I get a package. I back to a package a day, easy here. They'll be ordering. Nice. Yeah. They'll be ordering some shit and they can't get in. And they'll be like, do you know what happened to my password? And
LaFonda is truly a suburban white woman shopper.
Well, I live in the suburbs. She's a white woman and she shops. So I don't know what you want. And so that way, you can get involved hopefully and say, let me reset that instead of resetting the password, let me just show you what you could do to help out the show. Because here's the thing, we're not asking for you.
I thought I was about to say, after you order, let me show you what you can do with this here.
That's nice.
Well, if this experience brings you and your girl together and it turns into some pounding, that's okay too. I'm just saying, we're not trying to take money out your kid's stocking for Christmas. So this is a way that you could give to the show and do something productive with your life without having to give us anything and still give us something.
Yeah.
Amen. tinyurl.com.
And send Mike all the things that you're buying so that he can read them on the air.
tinyurl.com/BTT.
I'm going to catch you for that one.
No, you won't. It's gotten to the point, this show has grown so much in the last 5 years, but really in the last year, we've really started to grow even more. And I just can't reply to everything. So
that's what happens.
Look at you, superstar.
superstar. That's what happens though when you're the hottest ad-free podcast in the world today.
And they're gonna say, if you're so hot, how come you don't have any ads?
Because we're independent by choice.
Because we're trashy.
That's another reason.
Do you really want to sell a gold dipped dong, Harper?
A what?
A gold dipped dong.
Who sells that?
Yeah.
Or dong croutons. Use your brain.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what.
Would you like to sell a gold tipped flower?
Oh
no.
You said dong.
Okay. I know.
You
I'm
said
trying
dick.
to. I know what I said. I purposely said that.
I just want some free shit.
You know, they're right. I hate the world's most hated jeweler. I ain't trying to refi my mortgage. I ain't gonna get on a meal. I'm not getting on a meal plan. You notice Diamond Dallas pulled out all that shit. You ever wonder what's happening in the boardrooms when they're like, at first they're excited about we're advertising on all these podcasts, and then 6 weeks later they realize they ain't made no sales based on this shit.
Yeah, everybody hits fast forward. You know what's funny, Doc, is and I don't want to say what this company is, but I've heard recently on a very popular podcast, the train thing is back where
you gotta look both ways, man.
Yeah, you gotta look both ways. I don't even. It's like the National something commission, and be careful when crossing train tracks. That's starting to run on pods again.
Why?
That's like got to be some government thing where they just got to spend the money before the year's up. It's got to be what it is.
Don't fucking drink and drive and.
Yeah, but
look out for trains. I never got. How in the fuck you get hit by a fucking train?
It's because it takes them a mile to stop.
God, bro, I never got that, bro. Where in the fuck you gotta go that you're gonna risk death?
Here's the other thing, and I hate to give away everybody's big secret, but if you're gonna have ads on podcast, you better take away my ability to fast forward in 30 seconds.
Oh my God, I'm like 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Fuck, they're still talking about this. 10 seconds, 10 seconds.
I hate to ruin everybody's business model, but come on. So we're not here to insult your intelligence. Well, we are, but in different ways.
So, with all that said, use the Amazon link because there's no ads, tinyurl.com/BTT Amazon. But if you really want to help the show and get more of us, that's ad-free. It's tinyurl.com/Patreon BTT to get all of our Patreon episodes, 200 plus. We've got a lot of satisfied customers out there, and I'll leave it at that. What were you about to say, Harper? I didn't mean to cut you off.
I don't know. I forgot.
All right. So we need to rate this thing. Doc, you first. What are you rating this one?
These are so hard to rate because there's some really cool stuff, and then there's some really shitty stuff. And I think it's going to be easier when it's all shitty and it actually makes us laugh because there's not much good going on. The problem now is you can see the cratering starting to happen, and it's frustrating because Gordy and Williams and Funk and Hart and Muda and the Freebirds and just there's potential, and it's being squandered by ding-dongs and Norman and bullshit.
And skateboards
and
Dollar Tree bushwhackers.
Right. And
the dudes piss me off.
And let me tell you something. We don't call them bushwhackers around here. Where we come from, they're sheep herders.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going to say B+.
Harper, what you going to give it?
I gave it a B+.
I have this written down, so I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to give it an A-. I really liked Gordy and Dr. Death. There's some good stuff on this, and Luger and the Road Warriors.
Hey, you're right. I'm going to change mine. And you know I don't change mine very often.
That's bullshit.
No. Here, he just said something that made me change my mind. I'm going to give it an A- because as bad as some of that shit was, we saw Gordy and Steve Williams get it on free TV. And that's something we used to not see on Saturday nights.
Right.
It's
So I'm gonna
just
say A-.
you got funk. You got the Steiner brothers kicking some ass. You got the Road Warriors with a good
Varsity
promo.
Club looked good.
Yeah.
Varsity Club looked good. Luger had a good promo. You know, I'm scrolling here on the bottom.
The midnight.
Yeah.
Gordy and Williams, and then
I'm gonna say A-.
you got like a crap sandwich with Norman the Lunatic.
No,
and
but I'd buy a ticket to watch Gordy and Williams wrestle. Come on, at
I would
28,
too.
29 years old.
But let me say one more thing. As much as the Ding Dongs and Norman the Lunatic piss me off, I can't tell you how tired I am of the Dynamic Dudes right now.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
Yeah.
It is horrendous. And to say Shane Douglas, cut the music.
Cut
To say that's
music.
To say that's the same dude. I'm like, the
Yeah,
Dynamic
no.
Dudes are just, God, they
And he's
suck.
smiling, and he looks like he's really happy to be there.
They suck so bad.
He's a
But
worker.
anyway,
Did I tell you about the time I got the Uber for that black chick?
well, no, do tell.
Yeah,
Well,
please. Let us hear about this.
Here it comes.
My,
Yahtzee!
my car, it was in a shop, and we were doing commentary, and I got a fucking Uber home. And she goes, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm doing commentary for wrestling." She's like, "Oh, I used to love wrestling when I was a kid. You know who my favorite guys were?" I was like, "Who?" "Those guys in WCW with the skateboards with the blonde hair. They were hot." I was like, "Are you
What?
fucking kidding me?" Out of all the shit you saw, like that was the thing. She's like, "Yeah, those two white boys were fine."
Why are we just now hearing about this?
I don't know. And I was just like, Jesus Christ.
No, this is what you said.
What the fuck? Yeah.
And then you were like, really?
Son of a bitch!
I ain't got no comment on that. A black chick said this?
Yeah. She said there were those two fine blonde white kids.
Now,
White
you know,
dudes.
one time, you know, my wife watches Total Divas, so she sees the Johnny Ace on there and the Total Bellas show. And I had to show her Johnny Ace one time when he was managing the sheep herders, and I showed her what he looked like at the Dynamic Dudes, and she swore I was lying. She's like, that's not the same person.
My kid did that when I showed him Steve Austin with hair.
Yeah.
Now he's 8. What's your wife's excuse?
Wrestling's stupid.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Why do you
wrestling's
still
stupid.
watch that shit?
Yeah, I mean,
How
come
old
on.
are you?
Dude, she
When
is amazed.
When I married
that
you, you said you were going to give this shit up.
Yeah.
You met Doc at
Thousands-
work, and then all of a sudden this podcast was some shit.
She is amazed.
You know they
that there are-
stomp. You know they stomp when they punch, right?
Yeah, I saw it.
Right,
I've
just
heard that
now.
one. 45
Yeah.
years now, I've heard that. She is amazed that anyone enjoys listening to us three knuckleheads talk about 30-year-old wrestling.
She's just mad because nobody wants to hear her talk about a damn thing.
That's
you know what?
nice.
And you know what? You could copy and paste that same scenario over to my house.
All right, we got to give out Rolex. I've got a lot of contenders here, and I want to go with Gordy and Dr. Death, but I got to go with Funk because I love the line about cheap cologne and hairspray. So I'm going with Funk. Who are you giving yours to, Doc?
I thought about this match. And I thought about I even thought about Luger actually, but in the end, you know, as things get good and then bad, the choices do become fewer and fewer. I am going to go with Funk on this one.
Hopper, who are you giving yours to?
It's Terry.
Terry Funk. So clean sweep on the Rolexes for Terry Funk. Remember, Ric Flair, as I recap this episode.
2 weeks out.
Yeah, we are 2 weeks out from a quote unquote announcement from Ric Flair. So there's that. 2 weeks out, we will hear what Ric Flair is going to do. And then on that note, I want to thank you all for listening. I want to shout out Our Vantage Point, the Retro Wrestling Podcast with Joe Murata and Michael Quinn, the northern version of BTT, slightly classier, a little bit more professional, but still fun nonetheless. Check them out. They support us, so please support them and give them a listen. Also, check out the Bottom Line Cast with Mike Prue and JV. They do our ECW show, but they also do a show on the career of Stone Cold Steve Austin on their free feed, so check them out as well. And I'm trying to think if we have got anything else. We went long this week, fellas, but
yeah, we did.
I'm trying to think we're back to maybe a short episode next week. I'm not sure, but whatever. Harper's got to watch his Dodgers. I'm sure the game has started by now. But, Doc, what else do you have before we get out of here?
I'm all kinds of blowing up, man. I'm about to pass out, so we better get on out of here.
That sounds like a plan to me, brother. Harper, anything from you?
Nah.
All right, Harper, do us all a favor. Hit that world-famous tagline and take us home.